Well, hi everybody. It's time once again for inclement weather. My name is Kevin. I'm a solo driver for Crete Carrier, and you're watching The Joy of Trucking. So here we are in Virginia, first day of February, and there was a huge snowstorm hitting the Carolinas yesterday, and I guess the aftermath is today.
Gusty winds could bring down tree branches. Additional details: strong winds Saturday night into Sunday will result in blowing and treating snow, reducing visibility at times. Here are some 2 p.m. observations from around the area. In Marion, white snow was falling. The temperature was 14 degrees. The dew point was 3, and the relative humidity 62%. The wind was northwest at 7 miles per hour, producing a wind chill of 4.
So right now it's 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, and the temperature just started climbing. So like 9 degrees an hour ago, now it's almost 14. The wind's coming out of the north, making it pretty damn cold. And I got my little dog with me here, and she is wishing she was back in Florida. We put little booties on her so the ice crystals wouldn't get in her toes and hurt her, and she's got on a sweater and a winter coat over that. Come here and say hi. Oh, here she is. Here's little Kiva. Here's her happy Joy of Trucking sweater. Hey, sweetie. Yeah, how you doing? She's bored with all this time stuck in the truck here because we've been here since 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon at the Loves here. We were ordered to shut down due to the inclement weather in this area. And it's funny, I managed to dodge it for so much of the time. I came up Friday from Atlanta with a load up into Gordonsville, Virginia, between Richmond and Charlottesville, and the weather was just starting to get bad down in the Carolinas, and I just zipped out of there. There was lots of warning that the storm was coming, and I was looking at pre-plans. They sent me one pre-plan going up to Ohio, but it would have involved sitting still for a long time, so I turned it down. And then they sent me another pre-plan going up to Wisconsin, and before I could accept it, that was taken away due to the weather coming in. And finally I got a load of beer from up near Charlottesville, Virginia, but it's going down to Georgia near Atlanta. So I was supposed to T-call or relay that to somebody in our Statesville terminal yesterday. I should have been there. So I'm coming down I-81 through the Shenandoah, and you're getting weather reports and warnings and all kinds of stuff, and I'm looking at the satellite picture on the weather.com, and it's just this big huge cloud of snow dumping on the Carolinas. And even out on the Outer Banks, they got a nasty storm come up the coast. And late yesterday, the two storms combined, and the Outer Banks was just getting slammed. I got a message saying you got to shut down because of the weather. And about 20 minutes later, I got a phone call saying you better shut down because of the weather. So I made it here to the Loves.
Here is an urgent cold weather statement for the following county: Allegheny, North Carolina, and the following counties in Virginia: Carroll and Grayson. Extreme cold warning remains in effect until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday. Wind advisory in effect from 7 p.m. this evening to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday. What? For the extreme cold warning, dangerously cold wind chills as low as 20 below expected. For the wind advisory, northwest winds 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 50 miles per hour expected. Where? In North Carolina, Allegheny, North Carolina, Ashe, and Watauga counties. In Virginia, Carroll, Floyd, Grayson, and Roanoke counties. Effect until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday. What? Heavy snow. Additional snow accumulations between 2 and 4 inches. Winds gusting as high as 55 miles per hour. Where? Allegheny, North Carolina, Ashe, and Watauga counties. When? Until 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday. Impacts: plan on slippery road conditions. Strong winds could cause tree damage. Additional details: strong winds Saturday night into Sunday will result in blowing and treating snow, reducing visibility at times. The following is an urgent winter weather message.
And it was cold, and it had just started snowing lightly just before I got here. So I wasn't in the bad weather yet, but where I was headed down I-77 to Statesville and then to Charlotte, North Carolina, it was looking pretty grim. And as I was coming along I-81 here, about an hour before I shut down, I passed a couple of snow plows. They weren't plowing, but they were throwing salt all over the place, so they were getting ready for some bad stuff. But yeah, like I said, I got here, there was, you could see there, it had snowed here, and they had plowed it, but there's still a lot of snow and ice lying around the parking lot. But when I got here, it wasn't snowing. So we shut down and went for a walk. Kiva. Yeah, see how the snow is stuck to her legs? And her fur, look at your face. Look at your face, funny little dog. All right, let's go. Don't eat the yellow snow. No, 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 no. Don't eat that yellow snow. And I managed to take a shower and have a nice dinner. And I looked at the weather. So this is the thing. You've got resources. You've got apps on your phone. So I got NOAA. I got weather.com. I got Trucker Path that shows me where traffic is slowed down or stopped or whatever. So I know if there's a large area where it's all yellow or red, then there's trouble there. And so I was looking at all those, and I could see on the weather apps that it was going to stop snowing around midnight, farther south toward Charlotte, North Carolina. It was going to stop snowing around 2 in the morning. So I figured I could probably get going about 1 or 2 in the morning, 3 maybe, and still make it down there and drop this load and pick up my next load. And I'd just be following that weather, you know, as it started to clear. So I was up really early at 3 a.m. I was ready to go, and I sent a message asking if I could go. But I'm looking at the weather, the satellite. I'm looking at the weather in Charlotte, in Statesville, and it says it's really cold, and the snow had just stopped. And then I looked at Trucker Path, and I could see the traffic between here and Charlotte. It was all yellow. It was terrible. People were driving really slow. And then there's another resource, if you don't know about it, the 511 in every state. The Department of Transport will have a website with traffic cameras. So you can go on that and you'll actually see in real time what it's like. So I was looking at that, and the roads were covered in ice and snow, and I did not see a snowplow on any of those cameras. So I don't know if they were elsewhere, or they were waiting until things got better, or, you know, but they had gone out and plowed and spread salt and all that kind of thing, and then it snowed, and then it got really cold. So there's probably a thick layer of ice there too, and they can't really do much with that. If it's too cold, the salt doesn't do any good. So I finally got a reply from my message close to 4 o'clock in the morning saying, nope, you're still shut down because of weather. So I kind of waited and twiddled my thumbs and walked the dog again, and got her little snow boots on and off, you know. Oh, poor little dog. Look at the snow stuck to her fur there. And then took a nap, went back to bed. And every hour I'd get up and check. I check all the apps and check the weather and check the traffic cameras. Still the same, no change. There's no snow, but traffic is super, super slow, and the cameras show everything's still covered in ice. So it wasn't till, I don't know, about 7 o'clock, I phoned to find out, you know, if we were allowed to go on or not. And I got a hold of my asset manager, and she was having a hell of a bad day because it's the weekend, so they're short-handed. People called in sick, so they're really short-handed, and it's just a mess with all these trucks shut down. They've got to deal with all that, you know, trying to figure out who can go and who can't, and what to do about the loads, because now stuff is going to be late, something might be canceled. You got to get a hold of the customer on a weekend to say things are late. There's a a lot for them to do, and I'm just sitting here in my truck doing nothing. So I feel real bad for them. But she said they're going to reassess in another hour and see if we can get through, and just hold on till then. I said, all right, I'll sit here and wait for a message. You know, I'll sit right here. So, walk the dog again. Still looking for that lost cleat. Where is it, Kiva? There we go. Good girl. Good little girl. Alright. Let's go back to the truck and get some hot chocolate. Hey? Want some hot chocolate? Went into Love's and got something to drink and did my business and came back out here, and I'm still looking at the apps and everything. So now the traffic slowdowns on Trucker Path looks like that's cleared up all the way to Charlotte, but Charlotte itself is still all in bad shape as far as traffic goes. And on the traffic cameras, even though the sun's out now and things are starting to warm up, there's still a layer of ice and snow on all the roads down, I'd say south of Statesville, going into Charlotte and all around Charlotte. Still a total mess. And that's what she told me. That's the message I got too, saying, last message I got at 8 o'clock, weather shutdown has been lifted if you're going north or west. Still poor road conditions through North Carolina and South Carolina. Proceed with caution as you feel safe to do so. So I'm about to give it a shot here, because I figure by the time it's clear to Statesville, so by the time I get there, it'll probably be clear in Charlotte. So I think it's time to move. We're both getting pretty bored sitting here, so let's get productive again. I will say, if you are shut down because of inclement weather and things are really bad, Crete will pay you $15 an hour up to $9, or up to 9 hours. So that comes to about $135 if you're shut down for that long. It's to kind of compensate you for the weather conditions, kind of make it up to you, and maybe give you an incentive to shut down rather than pushing through and endangering yourself and your truck and your load and other people on the road. That's the other thing. You know, you might tough it out and barrel down the road thinking, oh, I'll still get this load through, I'm a tough guy and everything. And when you wind up in the ditch, you might take somebody with you, you might be injured yourself, and people have to come out in those conditions to save your ass. And think about those people, what you're putting them through. So, I mean, as long as Crete's paying the bill, I'll sit here until they tell me to go, right? And we'll make the best of it. Give us a thumbs up, comments down below. Were you shut down during the big blizzard in North Carolina, February 1st, 2026? Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell. We'll see you down the road. Have a good one. Come on, little dog. Woohoo! Come on, baby. Good girl. There we go.